Hello and welcome back to I Need Answers. Seeing as I just finished the enlistment process, I thought it proper to do a video on the enlistment process. So, there's a couple of steps to being enlisted. Being enlisted has many benefits, by the way, depending on your situation. But there are many benefits. So the first step is doing your research to see if this is actually what you want. Because yes, it has many benefits, but if you don't think that it's for you, then those benefits don't really matter. So after doing research, you yourself can contact a recruiter or a recruiter can contact you, like in my case. So after that, then you'll go to a recruiting office that's close to you and they'll tell you about all the benefits and like basically the steps, which is what I'll tell you now. So there are two main tests you take, everyone takes, before they can continue the enlistment process. The first test is the EAST test. The EAST test is a practice test for the military standardized test. And they have two versions. One, there's the PICAT, which is for people who have taken the ASVAB test before. PICAT stands for basically, it's a computerized version of the ASVAB test. ASVAB stands for Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery Test. I honestly forgot what PICAT stands for. Computerized Aptitude Test, something like that. So, depending on your scores, you are eligible for a certain category of jobs, depending on your score. Like, what I mean by that is each military job has a required score, have required scores that they need to take. The lowest being probably late 80s. Well, for me, 80s. The one that I want 80s. So, after you take those two tests, then there's gonna be a lot of paperwork. It's basically like filling out a job application. Basic information, employment information, family information, and the family information they will ask for both your family members' maiden and current name. Also, if you have a maiden and current, if your current last name is different from your maiden name, you need to show documentation for that, like court documentation, not documentation that has your new name. So and then after all that, there's the financial statement, which basically is where you list out all your assets, all your liabilities, and your income. So after that, they'll send your packet to a recruiter. Depending on your situation, like for me, I'm single, but I have a child, so I needed to fill out what's called a family care plan, which is basically saying, while I'm in training, or if I'm ever to be deployed, this person will take care of my child who lives here. So in my case, they had to find a unit who will accept that. So mine took a little bit longer. However, if you are single and have no children, then yours will go like this quickly. So after all that is done, then you go to MEPS. You'll go to MEPS for these four reasons. One, verification test. This test is to prove that you are the person who took this test and got the score. If your answers are different from when you actually took the test the first time, then you have to retake the test, which would be 3 hours of your life that you will be using to take a test. So remember as many answers as you can because you need to put them in for the verification test. After that, they'll have this test called TAPAS, which is a personality test, and then there's two personality tests. There's the WPS, and then there's TAPAS. They're basically the same test, but they serve different purposes. Also, if the job that you are assigned to requires another test, then you will also need to take that test as well. As there's the ITCL test, there's a DLAB test, which is basically a test to see how quickly you can learn a different language, which for me, who's learning 5: Spanish, French, Turkish, Japanese, and Korean. Apparently, I can learn many languages quickly because I'm learning 5. Well, by the way, and they're very well. So after the verification test, you you will be taken back to the hotel to spend the rest of the night because early in the morning that you go back to MEPS for the physical. So let me tell you that process. So when you get to the hotel, they will have you will need to sign in with your recruiter. No, not with your recruiter. Unless your recruiter brought you to the hotel, then yes, with your recruiter. If not, then you need to sign in with your first and last name and the date and time that you arrived. And then when you are called, show them your ID, and they will give you this little packet. And this packet will have your room number, your supper meal ticket, and your room key. Supper is from 5 to 10, basically. However, curfew is at 10. If you're not in your room by curfew, you may get disqualified. So be in your room way before 10, meaning as soon as you get your room key, find out where your room is. I always do that. So once you are signed in, you're free to watch movies or play games in the lobby. And you could also like go swimming if you bought your swimsuit or swim trunks or exercise. So that's that night. Next morning, they will wake you up from 3:20 to 3:35 because breakfast is at 4. And after breakfast is when you line up side by side with your roommate, if you have a roommate. If you don't, you're lucky. If you do, make sure your roommate is with you at all times the next day because if she or she is not, you'll have to go back upstairs, get your roommate, and then bring them downstairs with you. So after you eat breakfast, you'll be checked out by another hotel employee, and then the buses will come and they will take you to MEPS. When you get to MEPS, you will go through a security checkpoint where you will have to put your bag through the little X-ray machine. If you don't have a bag, they have gray bins there. So if you have a necklace that has a bullet, yeah, you can't bring that. If you have any weapon, you can't bring that. If you have any drugs, you definitely cannot bring that. Knives can't bring that. Scissors cannot bring that. Disposable razors, you can bring that. Straight razor blades, you cannot bring that. So, if you don't have any of those, good. If you do, you will have to throw them away. So, after you pass the clearance counter, that's whatever it's called, then you will be taken to the third floor where you meet where you go to where you will where you go to where you'll meet someone at the junction of that hallway from the elevator to the control desk and everywhere else. And if you have bags with you, which you probably do because you buy an overnight bag and a purse, they will give you a bag tag, and you have to go to the baggage room and put your bag in a cubby. The bag tag has two pieces. Tear off the bottom and keep it because that is how you know which bag is yours. So after that, you'll go to the control desk who will tell you where to go, usually to your service. So if you're joining the military room, army room. And basically and when you get there, they will tell you to look for your name and put your name badge on the left side of your clothing, right there, where it's visible. And the name badge will have your service on this side, your name here, last being in big letters, and then first, middle being in smaller letters, and then basically what you're here for in some code, in some code language right there. So after that, if depending on where you go, like if we took the replication test yesterday, then you probably hear there again to do the full physical. So then you go down to the second floor and make a right all the way down, and then they'll tell you what to do. So that's two of the 5 reasons you'll go to MEPS. The next 2 reasons is to sign your job contracts, or to pick a job and to sign your job contract. Some units come with a job. Some come with many jobs, meaning that you get to choose your job. Either way, you get to choose, but like, for example, one unit may only do civil affairs specialist. So if you go to that unit, guess what? You want to be a civil affairs specialist. But others could have multiple jobs, human intelligence collectors, counterintelligence agents, and so on and so forth. Meaning, if you go to that unit, you can choose from the list of jobs that they have. So after you choose which the counselor will help you with, then he will have you to check the contract to see if your name is spelled correctly, if your birth date is spelled correctly, and if your social security is correct. I forgot one important step. Okay, so you must have your ID and your social security. And when you go to the control desk, they will have you place your finger on your right hand on the little fingerprint scanner. That finger holds access to every information that they will process during the whole MEPS process. So don't forget which finger it is. Mine, I'm not going to tell you. But anyways, yes, don't forget which finger you used. So, the physical, if you're doing a full physical, there's vision, hearing, urine sample, blood sample, basically the whole 9 yards. I forgot the 5th part. Oh, and then they like see it, basically, and then you'll be fully examined by a medical professional to see if you have any lumps. But basically, if you're healthy enough to join the military. So after that, after you do the physical, if you are scheduled, that this part is very, very important. Your recruiter schedules what you do at MES. So if you're only scheduled to do verification tests and physical, that's all you're doing. If you're scheduled to do everything, then you do everything. By everything I mean verification tests, physical, job picking / job contract signing, and enlistment, then you would do all four of those. How that it would, for my case, it was like that. I had to come back a second time and do the job the job contract and the enlistment. So after you do those, so next comes the enlistment ceremony. So make sure when you find out when you are doing the enlistment ceremony, immediately contact your family members to see which one of them can come, because it would be kind of despondent if you're being listed and none of your family members can be there. My sister was there for mine, so yeah. Your recruiter would be there, but your recruiter. She's not like your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, things like that. So after the recruitment ceremony, before the ceremony, you'll be taken to the. Actually, way before that, they will tell you to go to room 353, and that is where they'll tell you all the rules about being. They'll basically inform you that you are no longer a civilian. You are now a soldier, and there's different rules and values and regulations to being a soldier. Then the actual questions which will be in front of you in room 353. So after you go there, then you go to then you go back to your service liaison, who will, I don't know what he does, but so if you're doing job commissioning and enlistment, which you probably do in the same day, you go to the service liaison to pick your job and sign your job contract. Then then to the control desk who will tell you to go to room 353, and then from there you'll go back to your service liaison, and then back to the control desk, who will then tell you to wait in the waiting lobby until your name is called. When your name is called, listen, because you don't want to be late for this. Listen very, very close to your name. So your name will be called, and then they'll take you to the enlistment briefing ceremony. Once that happens, they will tell you about Article 83, 84, and 86. These are very, very, very important articles. So pay attention, because you don't only pay tuition, you pay attention. Words spoken from Apostle Johnson Suleiman. So after that, they will teach you 2 drill movements. The first one is parade rest. Parade rest is 2 movements. The first movement is moving your left leg to where it is a foot apart from your right leg, and putting your 2 hands behind you like this, where there's still room between your arms. And then from that, you will go to a ten hon. I did it horribly. Let's see, attention. There we go, better. That is 3 steps done at the same time. First step, moving left leg to first leg with where the heels are touching like this and your feet are at a 45-degree angle. From your arms being at a 45-degree angle to being straight down along the seams of your pants. That's the second step. Third step, your arms going from this to this. So you make a fist, not this, but this. And then a straight line. See? That is attention. So after you do that correctly, because they will do, you will practice this many, many times to make sure everyone has it correct. You will go to the enlistment ceremony room where you will line up from shortest to tallest in like 3 or 4 rows on the lower level, because there's 2 levels. There's a stage level and then there's the floor level. So you will stay on the floor level in parade rest. And then your family members and recruiters, they will line up against the wall on the stage level. And then an enlistment officer will come and he will have you repeat after him the oath of enlistment. And after that, congratulations, you have successfully enlisted in the Army. Now, after that, you will come back to MEPS to be sworn in, which is the same thing as being enlisted, just different wording again, and then being shipped off to your various basic training places. So that is the enlistment process. If you have any questions or comments or whatever, please post comments to the right, or you can post them on my Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook page. Also, please, if you like what you heard, if you want to hear something else, please let me know, as well as like my channel and press the thumbs up sign. Bye. Have a nice day.